guys, Kimberly, welcome to my channel, and today another story time. And let me tell you, it's real. It's a real story. Nothing is made up. I know you guys are watching my channel and like, okay, how many things happened to this girl? But like, let me tell you, it's real. The day I almost got kidnapped in front of my house. Trust me, that was very traumatizing. Okay, so I was about 16 years old, and at the time it was like end of summer, and I was working part-time, almost full-time, as a cashier at a store. And I had like a work best friend, okay, and he was very nice. I low-key knew he was, but I never like asked him. But anyways, so he was like my bestie. We decided that we were gonna hang out, right? A random day. The thing is, it was a rainy day. It was like a Sunday afternoon. It was rainy, and he told me, "Oh, I'm gonna meet you like at the metro. We can meet at the metro, or I can meet you at your place." Like, and I was like, "Okay, well, meet me at the metro. It's okay, cause I lived like 5 minutes from the metro." So he's like, "Okay, cool." So we were texting, right, when I told him that. So I was kind of running late, and I texted him like, "Okay, you're already at the metro." I'm like, "Sorry, I'm leaving now. So I get dressed quickly, put on my jacket, and since it was rainy, it was kind of chilly. So what I wore was like, I think jeans. Yeah, jeans. I remember I had some blue jeans and my big gray jacket, windbreaker. I put on my hood, zipped everything up, went downstairs and headed out. So once I walk out, I see this strange woman that lived in the building, that like till this day sometimes I see her around the place. Like, it's so weird, I see her in random places, and I'm like, it just reminded me of it. Like, I saw her this morning. Can you believe that? So it reminded me of the story, so then that's why I decided to make this video. But weird. Anyway, she didn't really seem like she was all there, you know what I mean? She was there talking to this man. No, she was like pissed at this man. She was coming in the building while I was leaving, and then she was screaming at this man that was like standing facing the entrance of the building, at his car. He was like looking at her and talking to her, and she's screaming at him like, I don't know what, I think she insulted him, and like went in the building at the same time that I was coming out of the building. So then she goes in, I go out, and then he looks at me and he's like, hey, and I'm like, that can't be me, cause I don't know this dude. It was this tall man, big guy. He looked like he was maybe in his late 40s, and the woman too looked like she was in her late 40s, but she looked like, I don't know how to say it, you know, like the cigarette ladies, and like the gelled up bun that you can see all her scalp. Like, I don't know how to say it, but Reggie. Anyways, so he looked like he was a bit more like, he was dressed up a bit, you know, like casual, like business casual, and he had a black car. It was a nice car though. Like, he looked presentable, that's what I'm trying to say. So I was like, okay, well, I don't know what he's saying. He's saying hi, hey for, I don't know, this dude. And I'm like, with my hood, I'm just like, okay, I'm just gonna ignore it. So then I keep walking, I'm walking. And then I see that the car's following me, and he's like, hey you. So he's following me, right? And then at that point, I was really annoyed, because when I was like 15, 16, that's when a lot of older men used to come at me in the street and like did not respect me at all, did not respect my boundaries, and would like be really pushy. Because it's funny, because now that I'm 25, this doesn't happen, but when I was 15, men would come up to me, try to touch me, like just be too comfortable. So I was really he's there. If anything happens, I'm not alone, because I swear nobody was in the street. Like, nobody was in the street. It was so weird. Normally there's always someone in the park, someone walking on the street, but nobody was there. So I'm at the crosswalk, and then I'm like, sorry, can you leave me alone, please? Like, I don't want to talk to you. Like, I don't know you. So, like, anyways, so I start crossing over to my friend. My friend he waved at me from the other side, and he was like, he saw that I was kind of like, and then he was like, and I'm like, so then I start crossing the street. The guy comes in his car like that, and he stops me midway, and he's like, if you don't get in the car, I'm gonna get out and take you myself. Get in the car now, get in the car now. He started insulting me, calling me all kinds of names, and I was kind of like, oh my goodness, like, I was looking around, nobody was there, only my friend on the other side, and he freaked out. He dropped his phone, he was shaking, and I felt so bad that he had to go through that, but at the same time, I didn't know this dude, and I'm like, what's gonna happen? And I'm like, the first thing I thought of doing is taking out my phone and calling my grandmother, because I was living with her at that time. But then I was like, oh, maybe I can use it to, like, take pictures of him, film him. So then I pretended, like, I was so shaky that I just pretend like I was filming him. I couldn't, like, quite get the camera yet. I tried to dodge his car and run to my friend, and then he tried to, like, move up, like, almost go into the park. Like, he drove up and, like, closer, tried to get closer to me on the other side, and then he's like, then he saw that I was with my friend, right? And that's when he kind of backed off. He was like, oh, you're not a real, he said, you're not a real black woman, because my friend, he was a white guy, right? So I don't know, he was like, you're not a real black woman, you're not a real black woman. And then I think something was wrong with that guy. The way he was talking, he just seemed like something's wrong, or he was maybe on something. And then he was like, yo, and he insulted me, and I had my phone out filming him. And then that's when he backed off, and he was like, you know what, I don't care, I'm better than you. And then he drove off. I was shook. I looked at my friend, and my friend was like, he was devastated. He's like, sorry Kim, I didn't do anything. Like, he was really sad that he didn't do anything. He's like, I didn't even defend you. And I felt really bad, because I'm like, why do you think you needed to defend me? And, like, honestly, it's good you didn't say anything, because I think it would have triggered him, and he would want to fight or something, because he saw you as, like, competition or something, or he was comparing himself to you, saying, like, he's better than you, and then that I should be with him, not you. But, like, he was assuming we were together, but we were not together romantically at all. We were just friends. But he was very sad, and, like, he was shook. I was shook still. And then we were just gonna go get, like, something at Starbucks, right? We were just gonna chill and walk around, and then it was something. Later we decided to go to the police station to report it. The police basically laughed in my face, saying that, okay, your area, where you live, you probably know the dude, and you're probably not telling us something. So they assumed he was probably like my pimp or something, the way they were laughing at me. And that's when I realized, like, there's a lot that I need to know in life, you know. And you can be judged by the way you look and where you live, where you grew up. Apparently, yeah, there's a lot of situations like that where there